There are disasters that destroy cities. There are disasters that shake nations. And then there are disasters so silent, so invisible, that no one hears them coming. In 1986, a peaceful lake in Cameroon released something deadly, a cloud of toxic gas that rolled across the land like a living shadow, killing everything in its path. Within minutes, no fire, no explosion, no warning. Tonight, we revisit one of the strangest and deadliest natural events in modern history, the lake that kills without warning, Lake Nyos. On the night of August 21st, 1986, the villagers around Lake Nyos went to sleep as usual, but deep beneath the water, something ancient and lethal was building. At 9:30 p.m., a thunderous sound echoed through the valley, then silence. Moments later, a massive white cloud burst from the lake's surface and began drifting downhill. Everyone who inhaled it collapsed instantly. No struggle, no sound, just nothing. By sunrise, 1,746 people and more than 3,000 animals were dead. When rescuers arrived days later, they found an eerie scene. No signs of violence, no burns, no water damage, no structural collapse. People were found in their beds, on the road, near cooking fires, as if they simply fell asleep. Some still held tools in their hands. The cause? A giant invisible blanket of CO2 gas, heavier than air, that flowed across the valley like water, a silent suffocation. Lake Nyos sits on top of a volcanic pocket that leaks carbon dioxide into the bottom of the water. For centuries, the gas accumulated, dissolving into deeper layers. Under pressure, think of it like a shaken soda bottle, ready to explode. On that night, something triggered the release. A landslide, a cool rain, a pocket of volcanic gas, or something deeper. The lake erupted, without fire, without lava, without heat. A cold explosion. The gas cloud raced downhill. At nearly 100 kilometers per hour, villagers described it as a white smoke that crawled, air that tasted bitter, a wind with no sound. It extinguished lamps, killed cattle instantly, and left the region in total silence. Even birds dropped from the sky. CO2 doesn't burn. It doesn't sting. It doesn't choke. It simply replaces oxygen until you pass out. Quietly. That's what made it so deadly. A few people lived. By pure luck, some survived because they slept on higher ground. They stayed on the second floor of their house. They fled quickly uphill, or they held their breath instinctively. Survivors described waking up to silence, no insects, no voices, no animals, and bodies everywhere. One man said, it was as if the world stopped breathing. Lake Nyos is not the only lake like this. There are others, Lake Kivu in Africa, 2,000 times larger, and storing gigantically more CO2. If it erupts, millions could die. Scientists have installed pipes that degas the lake slowly, but the system is fragile. Nyos could build pressure again. Kivu is still dangerous. These lakes are now called killer lakes, nature's silent weapons. What exactly triggered the deadly release? To this day, there is no definitive answer. A landslide, a volcanic bubble, a rare temperature flip, or something we still don't understand about how lakes store and release gas. Lake Nyos remains a reminder that sometimes the deadliest things make no noise at all. The world is filled with disasters that roar, burn, shake, and destroy. But Lake Nyos whispered, and its whisper was enough to silence a valley. Nature doesn't always warn us. Sometimes it simply acts. If you want more deep cinematic stories of mysteries, science, and hidden forces of nature, subscribe. There are places on this planet you wouldn't believe exist.